Greetings and felicitations, YouTube. Jarl of the Appian Way here. This is Paris. You know him. This is Paris' army. Down the hill here is the man that Paris himself will later kill by shooting in the ankle. Achilles, ahead of his Phthian host. There he is. There's the Chad himself. Lovely guy. Just really want to take a quick note before I show you this 2v2 replay. Thank you so much to the community. I gained like 300 subscribers in a day. I'm at 567, and I'm absolutely floored. Alright, that's aside. Let me tell you about the armies. Paris of Troy came here with a small force of about 600, 700 men. 2 renowned archers, 2 of them with 3 XP chevrons. 2 Trojan princes, which he really went to bank on, giving them 8 XP each. Shielded spear warriors, that's 4 of them with, what is this? This is 7 XP. So this makes their melee defense 57 and their morale 76. I guess it depends on how close. Yeah, 76. Unfortunately, their damage is still only 80. His highest damage melee unit is actually the Trojan Princess down here with 160. Not counting himself, of course, on a chariot. Over here, we also have a unit of Champions of Troy, also with 7 XP chevrons, 115 weapon damage. Not a bad unit. 2 javelins at 36 damage a pop. And then that gets us to Phthia. We have a Savage Centaur Warrior hiding out in the trees over here. We've got a Savage Centaur Warrior at his rear. We've got Champions of Phthia, 2 units of Spear Fighting Myrmidons, a Bowman, 3 Achaean Slingers, and 2 renowned Phthian Spears, and 2 Heavy Swordsmen. Again, one of my favorite units in the Greek rosters. Achilles himself is on foot, so he can take advantage of his Divine Challenge. My team, because this is my battle replay. I'm playing as Lycia. I've got 2 winged Lycian chariots, and then I deployed up here in the tree line 3 units of Eastern Slingers, a giant champion, and 2 armored giant spearmen. These are some of my favorite mythical units in the game right here. I brought a, let's see, this is a Warlord Warmonger. His abilities include a Taunt, Ares Thunder for -10 morale and -30% melee defense, and a Pain Barrier, where for 75 rage, he gets 20% damage resistance. And then, of course, I brought 6 units of Renowned Khopesh Fighters. My ally is Death from that same Discord server I've been talking about all week long. He brought Odysseus on foot so he could take advantage of Odysseus's many abilities that you cannot use if he is mounted. The only one, let's see here, actually I think all of them require him to be dismounted. No, he can use Flights of Artemis. But his army is deployed right back here. He's already on the move. Yeah, that's right. We've got Warriors of Ithaca. We have 8 of them, each with 1 XP chevron, and the 2, which is the max number of guerrilla stalkers he could take. And that's his whole army. When we saw the deployment zones, knowing that our deployment was right here, and their deployment was right here, we took one look at this and went, where is he going to deploy? And I said, well, if it was me, I'd put a heavy line right here, and I'd hold this. I'd put some archers up here to shoot down at whatever engages that heavy line, and then I'd put some forces up here to protect those archers. And he also went a little bit further to put, you know, a flanking force to assault whatever comes up to this position. And I would do my darndest to stay here and fight for that. And that's when we saw there was a nice little stretch of deployment right here. It was a gamble because he did put his whole army here, but there is no out for him. This is the only path he has. The only option he has is to go behind Phthia or go into the rear end of Paris. So he's going to attack the rear end of Phthia, which is exactly what we were hoping to do. I deployed my forces so that my my giants and my hero could be seen on this ridge. He deployed Odysseus out in the open so that Odysseus could be seen. And, of course, I put my winged Lycian chariots. You have to put them in the open because we wanted them looking at things. We wanted them looking and saying, oh, their armies are in these trees. And then I sold that lie even more by pulling my Renowned Khopesh Fighters out of there. I'm going to create a line right here, have the Slingers come up behind them, all while the Warriors of Ithaca, still hidden because of Stalk, and the Guerrilla Stalkers, also still hidden because of Stalk, get into position behind the enemy. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start doing some skirmishing with my winged Lycian chariots. You're going to see them take plenty of damage. I want to remind you, don't worry about the damage that they take. These guys only cost 630 funds a pop. I'm not losing a lot by these guys taking damage. And we catch the attention of Paris right away. We also catch the attention of the renowned archers. The slingers move up ahead of the line. This is actually kind of smart. They have really good range, 160. My slingers have range 170. I can outrange them, but he wants to get out ahead of his heavy infantry line so he can get some slings at my renowned Khopesh fighters. These guys only have a missile block chance of 55%. Look how close Death can bring his warriors of Ithaca, and they're still completely hidden. So the skirmish has begun in earnest over here. Paris is engaging from afar and using his bows to engage these chariots, and yeah, he just popped that one. And this is by design. We wanted him looking at our forces, so my slingers are now in position to start dealing with his Achaean slingers. This is a trade I'll easily take. I'm not worried about it. Targeting slingers and bowmen are going to be the job of my slingers. All of this right here, like I said, this is to grab the attention. I mean, that we pulled the renowned archers away from protecting this flank is actually good news for me. The Trojan princes, however, are in position, and they have a ton of XP for that extra missile damage, which is not a bad plan. So we break one of the Achaean slings. These two guys know they have to fall back, and I'm being quite reckless here with my renowned Khopesh fighters. I am on an attack, and I am telling Death, now is the time. Now, go, go, go. We've got them. There is no escape for Phthia. We have them. And with that javelin volley into the back of the Savage Centaur warriors, these guys are no longer hidden. Paris is completely out of position. He's bringing his whole army down this way now. He had already committed to the maneuver, I think. And that was when our guys got revealed. And I don't think he actually activated his forces in time. I think he might not still even know that it came. And I mean, look at what we've done. That's about what in Savage Centaur Warriors. That's about 2,000 points. Nah, about 1,500 points that are already gone. And the javelins are going to come right into the rear end of the Phthian line. He does finally get a spear-fighting Myrmidon back here, but unfortunately, spear-fighting Myrmidon can't do more damage than a warrior of Ithaca can. But they will stay there forever. I get my entire group of giants on top of Achilles. Achilles is already out half of his health. Seeing that Paris is now going to harass me in my rear flank, and seeing that there's actually a breach in my line, I've got to be very careful with my winged Lycian chariots and my slingers. I am going to target and push Paris back before turning around and using these chariots best I can to disrupt these formations. Even though these are heavy armored units, I'm going to go ahead and run right over them anyway. Catch plenty of damage. My winged Lycian chariots, it's okay. I'm not worried about them not performing well. The renowned Phthian spears are now retreating, and that was it. Like, their infantry line is gone. The renowned Khopesh fighters fought until they found Warriors of Ithaca. The Warriors of Ithaca fought until they found the renowned Khopesh fighters, and there's nothing left in between them. A heavy swordsman broke over here. There is a spear-fighting Myrmidon loose over here, but everybody's just kind of watching Achilles get beat up by giants. And those, actually, he had his spear-fighting Myrmidons in here, too. I'm going to let you get a close look at this. This many giants is too much for Achilles to take, unfortunately. Oh, and it's raining javelins, too, from the guerrilla ambushers. This is bad news for Achilles. He's holding aloft his golden shield, and he's just going to get tore up by these guys. Warriors of Ithaca are turning around to help me out with the spear-fighting Myrmidons. I don't even think there are any left. I even have a Khopesh sword in here, too. So now the engagement is Paris. We completely got... he's going to activate Aristea. I was about to say, I wonder if he's going to do that. Yep, there's his Aristea. We completely removed Phthia from this battle by that maneuver. Oh, here's my Warlord Commander kicking the crap out of some champions of Phthia. I love this. Get him. Get him. You swung the wrong way. But as you can see, our forces are now just getting into position. We're cleaning up a heavy swordsman back here. The Paris of Troy player just kind of pretty much had to hang back. Man, are you not done with this one? Stop playing with your food. Kill this man. Certainly, he says. You didn't kill him. Kill this man's. There it is. He got his arm, and now we're going to get shot for it. So we can't just hang back here. We got to attack. Oh, we do have some slings coming in from the Achaeans back here. I'm trying to tell Death is like, we got to push. This is a victory for us. As you can see, my winged Lycian chariots did get defeated. We've taken... Oh, this guy actually came back. He's going to trade some slings. Their shield is decent. It is a 65% block chance shield, and they have 90 armor, so slings are not going to do a lot against them. Achilles is on his last legs over here, as I just pretty much buy him with the Armored Giant Spearman of the Giant Champion. He's going to try and retreat from this. He tried terrifying my renowned Khopesh sword fighters, but they're fine. Their morale is okay. Not really hurting him. Achilles just fell over here. Yeah, that's it for Hades. I'm sorry, Achilles. Javelin's just obliterated Paris's chariot in there somewhere. This is great. And let me just give you the charge. Enjoy. This is how Paris dies today. His Trojan spears are actually in the wrong formation right now. They need to have their shields out. There's the Aristea from Paris. The attack order given. Some of the warriors of Ithaca are going to charge through and try and go after some of the Trojan princes. Rout them from the battlefield. They're falling back, probably because they're on skirmish mode. Or are these the renowned archers? No, those are Trojan princes, all right. The renowned archers are mixed in with their number. But they did not get the opportunity to spend their ammo. Bad news for them, because they're being chased off by warriors of Ithaca now. Paris is out here just trying to do everything he can to save his darling princes. But as you can see, the Khopesh swords have now joined the fight. Whoops. Here we go. Troy forever, they say. You guys need to be in... they do get more weapon damage this way with their shields on their backs, but their melee defense is now a 9. And they don't get the missile block chance. We do have slingers out here raining bullets down on them. Leave none alive is the order. This champion of Troy is getting surrounded now and broken by warriors of Ithaca. That's going to be it. I did get my giants into this heavy swordsman. Slingers are still killing him. Yeah. Yeah. It was a perfect ambush. Everything went exactly how we foresaw. We felt like Emperor Palpatine. The fact that they deployed their army the exact way that I predicted. Oh gosh, look at this. The Trojan princes, yeah, shatter. Just shatter. Get out of here. Get out of here. I see a lot of Paris players falling into this trap. Alright, and I just kind of want to show it to you. I see a lot of them fall into this trap where they say, hey, Paris is an archer faction. He has the best archer. I am going to recruit Archer. I am going to make Archer even more better by giving it XP. Now my Archer is Uber Archer. And you've just spent a third of your army spend right here. A third. A solid third. He brought a grand total of, what is this? This is 10 units in his army. At 12,400 funds, you need to be bringing more than 648 troops. His spearmen didn't hold. His champions of Troy didn't get engaged until the very end. And unfortunately, our maneuvering took out the potential usefulness of his Trojan princes. But nobody gained any experience in this army, and that's because they were too easy to outmaneuver. This army has no speed. It puts all of your eggs in one basket, which is archers, and those archers, they're only the 2 of them, and they're only 45 men in each archery unit. They just get outperformed. The Phthian player had a pretty solid line. I probably would have ditched the renowned Phthian spears for more heavy swordsmen. Spear-fighting Myrmidons are great. Champions of Phthia are great. Achaean slingers are value if you can target the right enemies with them, like Eastern slingers. Unfortunately, I won that trade, in part because he also just got completely ambushed, of course. Savage Centaur warriors, one of them got 30 kills, the other one just got obliterated. And the bowmen do not do anywhere near enough damage to warrant picking them over top of Achaean slingers. If you want a cheap ranged unit, just take the Achaean slingers. They have better range, and no matter what, these guys are only really going to be good against unshielded targets. That's pretty much my take on that. My army here is one that you've seen me use before. 6 Khopesh swords, all of the giants that you're allowed to take, the 2 winged Lycian chariots. They're just really valuable, even though these guys may not look like they've done a lot. They kept my opponent occupied and pulled him out of position for our ambush. A warmonger, any hero will do in this army. And the ranged units are interchangeable. You can pick any ranged units, but just so long as you have this set up, this is great. And here's the thing. I didn't put any XP in this army. I don't believe I did. That's a huge pickup all the way down the line, and that's because of my early engagement with Phthia. My ally, Death, the killer here, 2678. He did put XP on his Warriors of Ithaca, but the kills tell their own story. Yeah, we brought 1,600. They brought about 1,500. We didn't completely outnumber him, but it was all in the maneuver. It was really all in the maneuver. Oh man, I don't know that had they picked different armies, the story would have been that much different, considering that we had their strategy figured out before the battle even started. And we had Ithaca, and I'm going to be honest, I really think these Warriors of Ithaca, they might be too much. They might be too much. They have it all and a bucket of chicken. They're just so good. Before I end this video, I'm going to show you a little bit about the Paris of Troy roster, just to kind of reaffirm some of the thoughts I had. I'm going to rebuild this army and show you how I might have done it differently. Alright, so here is the Paris of Troy player's army from that battle. You can see he's taken some units and made them ridiculously expensive. The Trojan Princes are already pretty pricey at $12.50. And he made them 1646 cost monsters. What did he get out of that? 17 missile damage out of the fact that they are reloading and shooting faster. 10 melee defense, 7 melee attack, and 8 morale. If your archers are getting into melee combat, there's already a problem. Granted, the Trojan Princes have 70 armor and deal 160 damage with their swords. 40 melee attack isn't great. Their 32 melee defense also isn't great. They don't perform great in melee, okay? Then, the Renowned Archers, what he did with them, he took them and made them cost almost 100 funds more each. And what did he get for it? 3 morale, 2 melee attack, 3 melee defense, 2 missile damage. That doesn't make sense to me. These numbers are tiny. That you would spend 182 points to boost for that. That doesn't compute to me. The Champions of Troy already cost 1,400. He made them cost 1,774. What did he get out of it? 14 melee defense. That's good. Yeah, they're already really good melee defense. Make them even better melee defense? Sure. I suppose, but we're talking 370 points. That's a Trojan Warrior. That's a Trojan Warrior instead of a little bit more stats on your Champions of Troy. Okay, you're going to see what I'm getting at here in a second. Shielded Spear Warriors, 730 cost base. He made them cost 233 more expensive. Maybe that one's more valuable. 67 morale is better than 60 for sure. 57 melee defense is definitely good, especially compared to 46. There's definitely some value picked up here. And then Paris, he put on the large archer chariot, making him as beefy and tough as possible. Let me just show you real quick what he might have been able to have done with this same army. That's just in the XP drop. 2,290. Alright, 2,290. I'll grant him that maybe getting these guys to 51 melee defense is worth it. If their job is to hold a line. Okay, alright. Alright, if their job is to hold a line, absolutely. This will allow my archers more time to work. Over here, Paris being on a chariot, this definitely makes Paris better in melee if he gets caught there, but Paris is a skirmisher. What if and he gets 90 ammo? You're not even going to blow through 60 ammo. What if we went down to the light archer chariot and got 20 more meters of range? Yeah, we'll have less health. Or, heck, we can have the same range as that more expensive one and still have his full 60 ammo, which he's not going to lose, and just go with a regular archer chariot. As you can see, we're now at 2,000 funds here. You know what that is to me? As I'm looking at a Paris roster, that's one of these. That's one of these, and 514, huh? Well, maybe I actually am going to take these out. Hold on. 890? You don't say. Well, gee, I guess maybe I could go for a Warriors of Artemis, add another archer unit, or 2 slingers. 890? Gosh, I mean, there's a lot you could do with that. If I didn't take the Cyclops, we could also take another Champions of Troy. I have 990 funds. I could pick up 3 Javelin units for that. And this all while maintaining the same theme of army that he picked, that he designed. I have my own preferred builds, or preferred ways to play Paris. This is what I would have built for that map. 2 Champions of Troy, 5 Renowned Phrygian Axemen, in part because of their 106 base weapon damage across 10 seconds, with their bonuses if they were fighting swords or spear units. That 106 is actually going to translate to... Let me run the math in my head real quick. Hold on. About 127, 128. I rounded the attack interval up to 4 seconds. It would bring their damage up to 127, 128. That's not bad at all. Their melee defense isn't fantastic. Their melee attack is so-so. Their speed is not great, but you kind of want these guys to hold a line anyway. But they do get their 2 javelins with armor-piercing damage. It's Paris. He has, in my opinion, the best combination of mythical creatures, giants and Cyclops. You can do a lot with the Paris army. I like taking a Cyclops and 2 giant bowmen sometimes. They have anti-large melee damage at 200 damage value, even though their melee attack's really low. But they also have 160 range, 122 missile damage. Like, heck yeah, give me some of that. I think taking slings is smart if you think your opponent's going to bring archers. These guys are great at being cheap and a good tool for killing enemy skirmishers. And then the Champions of Troy are just they're nice beefy end caps to your line, and prevent your flanks from collapsing in on themselves. You're only really in danger of losing your center, which you can charge in with a giant champion or with a defender companion. My preferred hero here to do some healing, and also because you can put him on a skirmisher chariot and give him 814 point missile damage. Yeah, and actually, sharpshooting means he can fire in a 360 arc. Yeah, there's a lot to be said here. So, some takeaways that I have for that Paris player, if I don't know if he's watching this stuff, don't just XP dump everywhere. Don't do that. He spent 2,000 just on upgrading his troops, and it was for chump change buffs, right? It didn't really get him anywhere, especially on the Champions of Troy. The Shielded Spear Warriors, again, maybe you can get their melee defense over 50, but still, do you want to spend that much XP on it when you could just end up with even more units to do the job you wanted to do? Alright, I've rambled on long enough. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Tata, I love you all. I'll see you in the next video, and the Troy content is going to keep coming, I promise. Please consider liking the video, and if you haven't already, please do consider subscribing.